Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 2780 of What Chip to Know. Today we're talking about spiritual health and well-being, the SOAP framework, step 4, progress, supersizing our business, being a better version of ourselves, etc. So let's start with progress. Spiritual SOAP framework, step 4 is progress. How do we know we're moving toward what it is that we say we want? We identified in step 1 of the process where we are right now, and then we identified where we want to be. I have a little way of doing that I created a graphic for, so I'm going to share that today. I think of my current state as what I don't want, do not want. I think of my desired state as what I do want. And this is how I go about getting it. I list it out. And when we don't know what we want, sometimes it's fastest and easiest to list out, okay, these are the things that are happening in my life I don't want and don't like. Well, what's the opposite of that? And then how am I going to go about getting it? That's my shortcut way of doing that. But then, once I decide on what it is, I let go of everything that I don't want. I don't think about it. I don't focus on it. I don't pay any attention to it. I only focus on what I want. And I do that by focusing on it, by thinking about it, by visualizing it, by affirming it, meaning I say affirmations in my head. I am the thing that I want. Then I recite it. I say it out loud when I'm going on my walks or when there aren't really a lot of people around. And then I write it down. And then I usually write it down and I keep it or I throw it away or I keep writing it down until I actually have the thing that I want. Now, this step of the process is all about how do I know I'm moving toward what I want? How do I know I'm going from where I am to where I want to be? That I'm making progress? How do I measure it? And so we talked about in our challenge today is to share how we're going to know and how we're going to measure it. And I shared how I'm doing mine in both those groups, so I don't feel like I need to do it again. Working on a couple of new projects. I personally believe that I've never been very good at building community, so I joined school in Alex Hermosi's last go-round and big, huge promotion and his, world record-breaking book sales, etc. And I joined the school community, and I have barely touched the surface of setting up a community. I started with Supersize Your Business just because that was easy for me. It's something I'm very interested in, but I'm trying to figure out what do I really want to do on there for community. I would love to have a group for grandmothers because I think that Facebook and other groups, there really isn't a true sense of community. And I get the sense that the small amount of time I've spent on the school platform is that it is all about the community, and then it stems off from there. And I want to actually practice and figure out and learn how to build a big community. I have some big groups on Facebook. I have some big groups on other platforms, but they're not what I would call a community. They're not interactive. They're not supporting one another. And I want to build a community that does that, just like I do in my businesses. So I will pretty soon start adding school to my headers and things, and I invite you to join my community, whatever it's going to turn out to be. Any sage words of advice on that? I would love to hear it. I would love to have a women helping women or business person helping business person supportive community and find out how to build and grow from there. I'd also like to have a community that is other interests that I'm interested in. I love being a grandma. I would love a grandma community. I was pajama grandma for like 4 years before I decided as part of the pandemic that maybe that's not really the brand or the persona I want to be out there, that I'm just, doing stuff in my pajamas all day long. Although, during the pandemic, I might have been in my pajamas a lot more hours than I was not. Okay. True confessions here today. So, love to know your take on that. Do you have any experience with that platform? I had a little experience with it when I did a couple of other people's projects over the last year or so, but I really never got on it or got involved in it or paid any attention to it because I felt like it was a distraction from the direction I want to go. But now, the older I get, the more things I want to leave a positive impact on the world. And just doing the same old thing that everybody else is doing doesn't feel right to me, so I want to try something new. All right, if I can help you in any way today, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.